I'm recording this whole video because my first one didn't have enough energy in it! Yeah! And lately the internet's been abuzz about a new manga that's getting an anime adaptation in 2019. I am sure that you have seen or at least heard of this series because it is being hyped to high heavens, and that series is The Promised Neverland! It's currently being published in Shonen Jump, which is to me quite odd because of its story, but I'll be getting into that later. I kept hearing so much about it, and I didn't want to wait till the anime adaptation because, as some of you may know, I prefer reading manga over watching anime. And I was initially skeptical about getting this series because I don't like reading the shonen genre. I'm sorry! But the plot sounded interesting enough, and that is why these are in my hands and why I'm about to give you my first impressions on this series and what I think of it now. I'm about to start talking about the plot of the first volume, so if you want to read it yourself or if you want to save yourself for the anime adaptation, I would not watch this video. That being said, let's move forth. Plot to the manga is fairly straightforward. The beginning takes place in an orphanage that is just full of happy children that are being taken care of by a woman that they so affectionately call mother. After the first initial pages where you can see that they're so happy, that their life is just perfect, that they are treated so lovingly, you begin to get shifted into another part where you see the kids being tested on their knowledge through very hard quizzes. They are then ranked by their knowledge, so obviously like first to like 30th, first being the smartest kid. The top 3 that have the highest scores are actually our main characters, Norman, Ray, and Emma, our protagonists. After one of the children is chosen to be adopted, our protagonist and Norman secretly follow the child outside, only to realize the child isn't being adopted, but being murdered and given away by their mother to demons so they can harvest her brain. You find out the reason our main protagonists are being kept alive is due to their intelligence, and supposedly the more intelligent you are, the more delicious your brain is. Like a fine brain wine. The manga continues with the main characters trying to escape the orphanage while also trying to evade their mother's watchful eye. And along the way, we also get to uncover the orphanage's mysteries. Orphanages? It is honestly a very refreshing and original manga. Refreshing in a way that you see the lead characters not be loud, obnoxious, stupid characters that just run into battle without thinking, but really just put thought into what their next moves will be. And pardon me if I'm wrong, which I very well may be, but when I think of Shonen Jump, I think of action-packed, male-led, fast-paced manga, which is why I'm very surprised this series is being run in it. Another thing that keeps me really interested in the manga is when, or rather if, the children escape, how are they going to survive in a world that is potentially run by demons? What other trials are they going to have when they do, if they do escape? Seeing the children's strategies as they try to prepare everybody else to escape with them, even though they have no idea of what's going on and think everything is still hunky-dory, is so incredible. One such example is when the kids are trying to prepare all the other younger kids to escape by making them play tag, when in reality, they're just trying to make them more physically fit to run away. I can also applaud the author for doing an original take on horror. I sort of feel like it is. I mean, look at these pictures, like that's not horrific or anything. But it isn't your run-of-the-mill horror ghosts or having characters you know or don't know left and right be killed, but rather knowing that you may very well be and you don't even know what's really going to happen. I'm saying this so badly, but I want you to know that it's a good one. Like you can't predict what's going to happen next. I mean, I'm assuming that they are going to escape, but I don't know. I've only read 3 volumes, but may very well one of the main characters may be killed. Who knows? It's not predictable, and the real horror is the humans running the place. And although I am gushing about this series, it's still not perfect. One thing that made me continually frustrated throughout the 3 volumes was the pacing. It was extremely and painfully slow, and although it frustrated me, I also quite loved it. It's an internal dilemma. Some chapters, and although I do really love the children strategizing, I think repeated chapters non-stop of them just strategizing is a bit boring. And one thing I also noticed is that after 3 volumes, there really hasn't been any change in plot. I mean, they're all still trying to get out of the house after 3 volumes. And yes, I understand getting over the wall isn't easy and there's no quick fix. But to constantly only see them strategizing is just after, it's a bit boring. And although I love seeing the kids put so much thought into their strategies, it is also disheartening to see them constantly fail and be outwit by their mother. And you know what? Hey, that's probably what the author wants. He probably wants us all to be frustrated and to be sick of it all, so that when they finally do succeed, we can see their success and feel like it's our own success. But right now, I just feel, ugh. I mean, it's just the first 3 volumes. Nothing really exciting happens except, well, when we find out the plot about demons and people getting harvested. Of course, there's smaller little exciting things mixed in a lot, which would, of course, was why I like it. You know, otherwise, if it was just that plot and nothing else happened, who would want to like this series? But nothing really life-changing happens. I would also just like to mention that sometimes I got a Death Note kind of feel, not in like story or plot-wise, but in the constant one-uppingness. If you read the Death Note manga, you will know what I'm talking about. It's the constant fight between Light and L, where it's like, oh, you know what, I did this, try to top that. Oh, you don't think I can top that? Well, top this. Oh, I can top that, so you can top this now. It's a constant struggle of trying to outwit each other, and it's non-stop. I mean, of course, this manga is not nearly to the degree of Death Note in that sense, but I think you get my point. But like I said, I've only read 3 volumes. Everything I'm complaining about might just be gone in the next one, who knows? Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. So, in the end, should you watch/read The Promised Neverland? Hell yeah! Even though I have these complaints, I still think it's a very original and refreshing manga. And honestly, I cannot wait for the anime because it's gonna be original as shit. And as all of you may know, I love to deep throat original anime. I am definitely gonna keep reading this manga. After I'm done editing this, I'm gonna reward myself by buying volume 4. Right now, there's about 10 volumes of it out, so there's no shortage of manga for you guys out there to keep up and read it now. The PV for the anime is out, but it doesn't show any of the animation, but rather really well animated panels from the manga. When the animation does come out, I'm sure it will not disappoint. I highly recommend that you guys just go stop and go read the manga. I promise you won't regret it. My promise. Neverland! But it's been fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please tell me what you think of my impressions in the comment section down below. Should I do more of them? I enjoy doing them. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. So yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys on the flip side. I really need an outro.